Next, let's talk about Democrat KP George. And if you aren't familiar with the name, that's his mugshot right over there, you'll recognize the tactics for sure. In the 2022 election cycle, this Democrat county judge was running for re-election in my county outside of Houston, Texas. He wound up in the news because he claimed he was getting racist social media messages directed at him by Republicans and supporters of his Republican opponent. Now fast forward to this election cycle, and KP George's former chief of staff, Terrell Patel, is now a Democrat candidate. And guess what he did? He pulled from the same playbook and received Houston media coverage by claiming that he was also a victim of racist social media posts by Republicans and supporters of his Republican opponent. But this time, an investigation was launched into finding out who was behind these racist messages. Some of the posts came from a Facebook user named Antonio Scallywag, a clearly fake name, so investigators sought to find out who this person was. It turns out that this was all a hoax of Jussie Smollett proportions. According to law enforcement warrants, Antonio Scallywag was an account used by Patel and George to send fake racist messages to themselves, blame Republicans, and influence elections. And they've now been busted.
Fort Bend County Judge KP George has been quiet for the most part since his indictment for the misdemeanor charge of misrepresenting the identity of a candidate.
Do you think that your constituents should still trust you?
I don't have any comment at this time.
We went to his house to once again ask about the accusations. Officials believe he used a fake social media account to attack himself and others by posting racist and hateful comments in order to gain sympathy support in the 2022 election that he ultimately won. No one answered the door.
Now, this race-baiting Democrat has issued a statement proclaiming his innocence and that he will not step down from office. But the evidence against our own Jussie Smollett, aka Antonio Scallywag, is, let's just say, substantial.
Officials say they have evidence of his guilt. Page 16 of the search warrant mentions Georgia's former chief of staff, Taraj Patel. Patel was arrested back in June on a felony charge of online impersonation for his role in the alleged hoax. The warrant shows what officials say are text messages between the two, where George coached Patel to post antagonizing messages through that fake Facebook profile. And on page 17 of the warrant, officials suggest George may have tried to reset one of 3 phones seized, because there were 15 failed password attempts, and that particular phone resets itself after 20 unsuccessful attempts.
A fake racist scheme that has now been laid out before the public. And here's the thing, the Democrats will continue to use this tactic unless they are called out on it. They bank that they can label Republicans or conservatives as racist, and we'll just roll over and hide. Not anymore. To show the level of arrogance and the politics of racial division, while all of this is going on in Fort Bend County, my county, another Democrat, a sitting district court judge named Tamika Carter, participated in a candidate forum this past Thursday and said this.
Because these Republicans from the top to the bottom, we know what they stand for. And when I tell you they're tough on crime philosophy, means lock as many of us up as possible, that is what they run on, that is what they do.
Now, if you didn't catch all of that because of the echo, what this Democrat said to a predominantly black audience, this sitting district court judge, was this, quote, "These Republicans from the top to the bottom, we know what they stand for. When I tell you that their tough on crime philosophy means locking as many of us up as possible, that is what they run on, that is what they do," end quote. If you see something like this in your area, call it out, record it, post it. Anyone who seeks to divide based on race has no business holding office. Black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we should lift each other up and debate issues on their merits, not avoid issues by playing the race card. Those days are over. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed that quick hit, and before you go, please hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing. Then, check out the full show that this quick hit came from, and when you're done, stick around because here's another video just for you. Hope you enjoyed the 13-minute news hour.